radio station.
Download the free radio player app and listen wherever you go.
At Fountain Tire, success is a team effort. They're committed to their team members and their customers. And that means treating your vehicle like it's their own and finding solutions that suit your needs. Because whatever the road brings ahead, they're on it with you. Visit fountaintire.com today.
Get ready, Edmonton. Glow Christmas Festival returns to light up the Edmonton Expo Center from December 4th to 31st with dazzling activities for the entire family. Wander the glowing trails, meet Santa in his sleigh, and shop from over 30 local artisans and vendors with handcrafted gifts and holiday treasures, perfect for everyone on your list. Get your tickets and learn more about what's on this season by visiting the calendar of events at edmontonexpocenter.com today.
The Junior Prospects Hockey League sports season is now underway. The JPHL offers elite athletic and academic opportunities for players in the 14U, 15U, 17U, and 18U divisions. All games are broadcast live on Silent Ice TV, featuring a showcase-style schedule and competitive matchups across Western Canada. Players work with experienced coaches, trainers, and elite hockey personnel. Learn more about Western Canada's fastest-growing elite hockey development stream at juniorprospectshockeyleague.com.
The longest-running basketball show in Canada airs every Saturday morning at 10 on Sports 1440. Hoop City with Paul Sir introduces a new generation of basketball talk, and it's right here on Edmonton's home for sports, Sports 1440.
It's a time for caring, sharing, and time giving. OPT Inc. asks you to look upon this festive season as an opportunity to help others. It is the best gift of the year. Wishing you a truly Merry Christmas from Rod, Roger, Tina, and Bernie Masson.
You haven't set your lineup yet, right? It's Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
It's 11:01. Good morning. Thank you for tuning into Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Hope everyone's having a great start to their day. A weekend right around the corner, and then just a few short days after that, the big man will be making appearances around the world, bringing toys for all the little boys and girls. Fantasy Frenzy brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Only available in Leduc. Might I say, you should probably get over there quickly. You don't want to be the guy who doesn't have stocking stuffers or gifts for the friends, or maybe you're going to a holiday party and you want to bring something and you want to win people over. It's Wilhauk Beef Jerky. I was that guy earlier this month. Took a couple bags to a function with the in-laws. I don't know if anyone would vouch for me, but it might have been the most popular snack there. It was gone in no time. So take my advice, go to Wilhauk, grab some beef jerky. Among other things, you'll get out there and you'll find there's a lot more. Also, you can get lean ground beef. I did that for some chili Duke. It was pretty good. Brandon Douglas alongside with me. Good morning.
Good morning, Connor.
Josh is here as well, but he just snuck out.
He just left. He's part-time at this hour of the day, I guess.
As long as we're on live on YouTube, then I think we're good. And
Wyatt, we are rolling.
We are. Absolutely. Hello, everyone on the YouTube chat as well. Let me be the first to like that video. Also, lots to get to on the program today. Of course, we can talk Oilers' nice win over the Boston Bruins. Downside, Tristan Jarry leaves.
But
the
at
game.
what cost, Connor?
Exactly. Well, Connor Ingram potentially being called up, according to Mark Spector. We just got to see what happens on moving pieces around to make that a thing. We can dive into that. Maybe game of the year last night in the NFL between the Seahawks and the Rams. I will say, in 5 questions, I did take the Seahawks to cover. I did not take the over. In fact, I took the under because those were 2 of the top 5 defenses when it came to scoring. They found ways to make it happen. 38-37. And Duke, if I ever question Sam Darnold and his clutch gene against good teams and good defenses. You just bring that matchup last night. Overall, the numbers weren't amazing. 22 of 34, 270, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. But when it was needed, he marched them right down the field. That throw that he made to Cooper Kupp was an absolute dot. Jackson Smith-Njigba was great in the second half of that game as well, considering he didn't do a whole lot in the first half. If you started Kenneth Walker in fantasy, nice little start. Not as good as Puka Nacua. 12 grabs, 225 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Unfortunately for them, in the loss, he was the only receiver on that team. Xavier Smith had just the one big play, finished with 57 yards, 48 on one play. And I guess if you had Matthew Stafford as well, you're probably pretty happy because Matthew Stafford threw for 450, 3 touchdowns. That'd be a great start to your fantasy weekend. And it would have been a bold pick going up against that Seahawks defense. But Duke, I don't know. Tell me I'm wrong. That was the best game this year, right?
Well, Connor, I didn't get to watch it.
Oh,
So you telling me this just makes me a little sadder and sadder. But I just said this to Kevin in our last segment. I think this is like the final result. We watched the Seahawks winning drive in overtime at the table having our post-game meal in Redwater last night. And I'm kind of like, I was like, I might have to go and like watch this game today after the fact. I almost never do that with football games. I'll do it with the Oilers essentially, just because of the nature of the job we have in the city in which we do that job. But like this game and everything that happened in it. And for me, I need to see where along the lines did Puka Nacua decide to go nuclear, because first quarter, he was very involved. This is just purely from me reading the box score, checking it as we were on the bus, in the dressing room, ready to head out to the game for the Critters. It was at 11 fantasy points in PPR after the first quarter. I'm like, whew, this isn't looking good. We checked back into the intermission. We're nearly through the third quarter, and his stat line had not moved.
Yeah.
It was still at 11 points, and I was thinking, man, I might have a chance here because I'm going up against Puka Nacua in my one semifinal this week. Thinking, man, this is looking pretty good for me. Yeah, check back in at the conclusion of the game, and as we're getting undressed, having a couple post-game beers, watching what happens in overtime, and all of a sudden that number scales well up into the 40s, and I'm dead. I'm a dead person in my fantasy football matchup.
Well, yeah, the overtime touchdown did not help you.
No, it did not.
41-yard catch and run. He made it look effortless, to be honest with you. Like he broke on his route, caught the ball, and like nobody was around him. He didn't have to go full speed, just kind of jog lightly into the end zone. Unfortunately for them, the defense couldn't get the stop. But yeah, I would say that's a game worth watching. Seahawks were down and, scored quickly, got a big, I think it was 3 and out, got the ball back very quickly, kind of back and forth at the end. And it almost like it gave you the vibes like for a brief period, like nobody wants to win this game. They're just, no one's seizing the moment. But eventually, of course, they did. And it was a classic in the NFC West. And now for the Seattle Seahawks, it's in their hands, that number 1 seed. The Rams obviously will get a wild card spot for sure. And I think we need a rematch. We're the first to say it. We need a rematch between these two teams. Also today, we do have a $50 gift card to First Round up for grabs, and we'll make it very simple. We don't do trivia. We want everyone to just have a fair chance to win this gift card and go enjoy some great food at First Round. Text in 1-833-401-1440 because we are less than a week away from the big day, Christmas Day. What is your favorite food item? There's lots to choose from. Maybe your family does a big breakfast and you have some good like cinnamon buns or French toast. Maybe at night you love the turkey or the stuffing or the potatoes, or maybe there's a dessert you're into. So very simple. Just text us. What's your favorite Christmas Day food item? Cat Dad says pierogies. Slippery Sean says cookies. They're already rolling in. Duke, is there anything on Christmas Day you're looking forward to when you head back to the burn?
Can I just say all of it?
No.
Listen, you don't get a body like this without just enjoying food in its general existence. So I love a Christmas ham. I enjoy turkey at the holidays, but I definitely prefer ham. So I'll put myself in that camp. We usually do get a nice, pretty decent breakfast spread. Sometimes one of my sisters, I actually can't even remember which one, they whip up this kind of like breakfast casserole type thing, with all the fixings in there, hash browns, some bacon, ham, sausage, whatever, right? To throw the whole kitchen sink at it. I really enjoy that. And I obviously love pie. Pumpkin pie, that's for Thanksgiving. That's where it belongs. Christmas time, Had a slice last night after the Critters game. Hoping to have some more apple pie. Or maybe even on a special treat, apple crisp, which I think is superior to apple pie as an apple-based dessert.
Can you so you don't like pumpkin pie at Christmas?
No, I just don't think it belongs there.
Oh, okay. I don't mind it. I'll take it anytime.
If it's served up, I will eat it. Once again, look at me. But if I had a choice, it would not be number one.
That's fair. Mr. Fenwick, anything you'll be heading out of Calgary for Christmas? Anything you're got circled on the menu?
Yeah, every morning. Excuse me. Apologies.
Hey, I didn't give you a warning. My bad.
Yeah. Every morning on Christmas Day we have cinnamon buns.
Ooh, yeah.
Land of Nod, but I always call them Land of Todd. It's funny to me.
So cinnamon buns.
Yeah, cinnamon buns. We have it every morning. Raisins, brown sugar, all the good stuff on there. Post stockings, pre presents. So
that's what's got to be, right?
I agree.
Do the stockings, eat, then go back for presents.
Exactly. We do all the stockings together. However, we don't. It's not a wake up free for all. Go to your stocking. It is to sit around the table. As we've gotten older, it's Bailey's in the coffee or hot chocolate, and watch us all open our stockings one by one. Very fun. Favorite part of the day for sure.
Let us know your favorite Christmas food item on the big day. You know what? And honestly, Christmas nuts for everyone. So maybe you don't like Christmas and you're like, I like to cook up a frozen pizza. That's fine too. I get it. The good news for that is it is only one day. So you get past it. But let us know. 1-833-401-1440. We'll give away a $50 gift card to First Round at the end of the show. We do have a fantasy football question. Quick minute here from Cornelius. Says he's up against Puka. That's not ideal. Quick sidebar here. Do you remember 2020 when Alvin Kamara went absolutely nuts and put up 5 touchdowns on Christmas?
I was going to say, was that not on Christmas Day?
It was. It was the final. And it
was the day of Christmas.
And I thought, this is over. And I don't even know what day it was. The next day, 2 days later, Tom Brady, I think, threw 5 touchdowns in the first half and brought my opponent right back into the game. The Bucs then benched him, thankfully, or else I probably would have lost. So the moral of the story, just because you're up against Puka Nacua, it's not great. But there's lots of football to be played, and someone else could be your hero. That leads us into Cornelius' question. Do I start Williams against the Packers or Lawrence against the Broncos? Also, BTJ or Coker as my third. I would see how, I don't know. The Broncos defense worries me. It's in Denver, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Don't like that for the Jags. As much as I kind of think a Lawrence BTJ stack could be fun, I think I go Williams. And BTJ is my guy, so I can't go away from him. So that's where I would go, Cornelius. Duke, what do you think?
Well, I'm in a little bit of a Caleb Williams dilemma myself. I alluded to it maybe once or twice already this week that in both my leagues, I have essentially the same quarterbacks. I have Caleb Williams and Justin Herbert. I have CJ Stroud as a third option in my super flex league, who I'm very confidently going to play as they take on the Raiders this weekend. It's almost like a free space on your bingo card. Knock on wood. But
typically, I mean, the most Raider thing to do would win a couple games and look worse in their draft.
Yeah, just slide down the drafts. Did they not do that last year?
Oh,
I mean, and they still kind of ended up with the guy they wanted, I guess, in Genty. But besides the point, man, Caleb Williams has shown an ability to kind of have that clutch gene, right? And whether that be leading game-winning drives, which he's done many times this season, the last couple weeks, playing well as the season had, getting better as the season has progressed. I think that is very fair to say as he gets more and more uncomfortable in this Ben Johnson offense. This is a tough matchup, right? And I think the strength of the Bears offense is still in their run game behind that O-line, which has exceeded every expectation this season. Now, the Packers are without Micah Parsons, so all of a sudden maybe Caleb Williams' life might be a little bit easier back there when he does have to drop back to pass. But Rome Odunze, not going to play. Luther Burden, I think, is a little banged up. But compared to Lawrence in Denver, I think I still got to go with Caleb Williams. Now, for personal side, Justin Herbert heading to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. I'm still torn. I think I've swapped my starting lineup at least 3 times already this week, back and forth trying to make a decision. It's a tough spot to be in when you're talking elements, you're talking opponent. Trevor Lawrence has been nails lately. Nails. The Jags are maybe the best team nobody's really talking about in the NFL right now. But yeah, that Denver defense, they can make even the best quarterbacks look super pedestrian.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, going to Denver just makes it that much tougher.
Absolutely.
Mile high, the home field advantage. We shall see. Just going back for Trevor Lawrence, like you said, 5 touchdown performance last week. That was massive. He had a so-so game against the Cards mid to late November. 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. The interceptions don't really hurt you in fantasy, but since then he's thrown 9 touchdowns, 0 interceptions against the Jets, Colts, and
he's
Titans.
rushed for at least 1 in that time.
Rushed for 1 in that time, yeah. I guess he had 6 touchdowns total against the Jets, right?
Yeah.
He was doing it all. I mean, that's why they drafted a number 1 out of Clemson. And if this is the guy, like, take away the first 6 weeks of the season, that's not ideal. I mean, he did play tougher defenses, to be fair. But the last month, he's been very good.
And keep it like first-year head coach, who's also the offensive play caller, if I'm not mistaken, in Jacksonville, Liam Cohen. It does take time, right, to get that system implemented, to learn the new playbook. Training camp and preseason can only get a guy so far. So if you're trying to justify Trevor Lawrence's slower start to the year compared to how he's played recently, that certainly has to be a factor.
We are going to get to your food and drink selections that have come in. But Farmer Brian says Dak, Burrow, or Bryce Young. Choosing 2. Burrow gets Miami. Dak gets the Chargers. And Bryce Young
gets the Bucks. I think I'm going to say Burrow and Bryce Young. Chargers defense has been surprising. And I think the Cowboys might just be like out of motivation here.
Maybe. Yeah, Bryce Young. That's an interesting one. Like, he could go off, right? He could find Ted Rowe for 2.
Kirk Cousins just torched that Bucks defense for 40+ points. Kyle Pitts was a beast last Thursday night. The Panthers, via record, are a much better team than the Falcons. Now, offensively, Ted McMillan, I think, is carrying a questionable tag right now, or maybe he just upgraded to healthy today. I haven't checked it, but he looks good. Slower week last week in a game the Panthers kind of would certainly want back, but there's a lot on the line for both sides here. I think Bryce Young is a decent play.
Ted Rowe has been full the last 2 days.
Okay, there we are.
So probably good to go. On the flip side, Mike Evans and Chris Godwin didn't practice at all yesterday, I believe. So that's not good for them. Okay, I like your reasoning. As I scroll over to Fantasy Pros, they do have Dak as the 6th ranked pick this week, but it's a 1-star matchup. QBs perform worse than their average against the Chargers. So we shall see. I was talking to, I guess it would have been Gregor, and I think it was about Pickens. And he was like, what do you think about him for yardage? And I said, the Chargers defense will stop you all game, but you might run free once or twice. So it could be like a 2-catch, 80-yard performance.
Yeah.
I mean,
his production has grinded to a pretty substantial halt the past couple games compared to his first 13 weeks of the season, like where he was leading the league in yards, still very near the top because of how good he was early going. But listen, we were all very high on George Pickens, and rightfully so, after starting Dallas. But that Pittsburgh version of the player is still in there, maybe still working out a few of the kinks. Does the slower production frustrate him or motivate him as he heads into a chance to either get franchise tagged, land himself a big long-term contract, whether it be in Dallas, you would think, or elsewhere? These all matter, even for a team that is playoff chances are down to essentially 1% in the NFC.
Chargers ended the Chiefs.
Can they end the Cowboys?
The Cowboys? We'll see.
Well, that game they'll already know, because if the Eagles win on Saturday, which, let's be honest, they're playing the Commanders, that will clinch.
Just give me this, okay? Let my team be like that.
The Slayers.
The death meme. Unless they lose. Manny says, Jari is made of straw, not even twigs. At least Stu is made of bricks. Well, that was something we all discussed when the trade happened, that there is a chance Tristan Jari could go down. Didn't take long. Came in a win, thankfully. Jari, per reports, making his way back to Edmonton for further evaluations. Rage Texter B says BTJ or Hall in flex, or Devontae Smith.
Brees Hall?
It must be Brees Hall. It's not D'Angelo.
Garrett Wilson shut down for the rest of the year. Also, we know that there's no good quarterbacks in New York. Seems like an easier thing to game plan against for if you're a team needing a win.
Yeah, you put 9 in the box and say, let's see what you can do.
Go ahead and beat, what's that guy's name? Brady Cook? Go ahead and beat me, Brady Cook.
That's the game plan. I mean, I kind of like Devontae.
Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
I was just seeing here that was the follow-up message as another option. Yeah, I do too, Connor, for sure.
We're in it together. Hammer says Brossois or Lion.
Well, based off price tag alone, I think that's a pretty easy choice.
Yeah.
The Oilers would essentially need Chicago to hold back the half of the salary, because what Brossois' salary is just over $3 million.
Off the top of my head, I do not know.
Let me just fact check myself on that here.
I don't think they're going back to Brossois. I think they've been there.
2.15. Oh, okay.
2.15 for
But
Brossois?
is that just his buried number? Oh, yeah, 3.3.
Okay.
3.3. And Lion, I believe, is 1.5 million. So you either need Chicago to hold 50% back, and you're getting another goalie that has been plagued by injury a little bit recently and hasn't played in the NHL in, a year or more, even maybe, I guess. I think getting Lion out of Buffalo is easier.
I agree.
Logistics wise, and Jarmo Kekalainen made it clear he wants to end this 3 goalie rotation they got going there.
Yeah, I think that's the more likely of them. Chris agrees with us. And then just before we go to break, we'll come back and get to more of your texts. But Henderson, Hampton, or Judkins from MTR? Well, I'm going Hampton. You got some good young talent in your fantasy roster there, MTR.
Judkins has been a little slower the past couple weeks. I like the Henderson play for sure, even if he's still going to see some split time with Stevenson. His explosiveness, was on full display last week against the Bills. Granted, a pretty poor run defense team, but still, the Ravens will prove a tougher test, but I think you're going to want to put the ball in your explosive player's hand to try and win that game and clinch the division.
Judson goes to Buffalo. Yeah, I don't mind that pick. I think that's probably a good one. Okay, we'll take a break. Keep the text rolling in, 1-833-401-1440. Let us know your favorite Christmas Day food item. Doesn't have to be a traditional one. Maybe you hate Christmas and, you like nachos. That's fine too. Let us know. 1-833-401-1440. We'll give away a $50 gift card to First Round and take more of your text here on Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
I'm Colin Livingston, president of Cantork. Cantork has always been a forward-thinking company, but now that we've turned 25, I can't help but take a minute to take a look back. Thank you to everyone that's been with us along the way.
I'm making my list, checking it twice, and guess what? I'm giving Will Hawk Beef Jerky to everyone, naughty and nice. Because honestly, everyone deserves a taste of Alberta's finest, no matter if they've been bad or good. So this holiday season, skip the chocolates and pass on the turkey. Make sure you're Will Hawking around the Christmas tree with Alberta's best beef jerky. Ho, ho, ho!
Available at Will Hawk Beef Jerky in Leduc.
Now for today's holiday special, Legacy Heating and Cooling saves Christmas. Santa's furnace broke down in the shop last night, and the elves couldn't make any toys, that's right. So Santa called up his pals at Legacy Heating. And ho, 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 golly gee, 1 year, no payments, interest-free. And the elves are working merrily with a brand new furnace from Legacy. Happy holidays from Legacy Heating and Cooling.
After 20 years, Canada's most prestigious international hockey tournament returns. The Camrose Viking Cup, December 28th to January 4th at Encana Arena. Tickets at vikingcup.ca. Brought to you by Sports 1440.
Hockey talent from across the globe is coming to Camrose. The Viking Cup returns for the first time in nearly 20 years, December 28th to January 3rd at the Encana Arena. Witness this elite competition between teams from Canada, the USA, and Europe. See the speed, skill, and intensity of world-class hockey right at home. Full event packages are on sale now with adult and student pricing available. Get your tickets before they sell out at vikingcup.ca.
Reason number 59 why Nissan is built for our winter. Because when winter storms make on-road feel like off-road, we've got you. Rogue comes standard with intelligent all-wheel drive and remote engine start to conquer even the harshest winter conditions. Now, lease a 2026 Rogue S for 0.9% for 36 months, or get $4,000 cash purchase bonus on remaining 2025 models. Visit your local Nissan dealer today or nissan.ca for more details. Conditions apply.
Visit your local Edmonton and area Nissan dealer for more information.
Ho, ho! 'Tis the season to find the perfect gift at the perfect price at Leduc Goldsmiths.
The annual Christmas sale is on now with 10 to 25% off all in-store products. All natural and lab-created diamond engagement rings up to 25% off with a wide selection available. You'll have no trouble finding the right piece. The team at Leduc Goldsmiths have years of expertise to help find what you need. Leduc Goldsmiths on Main Street, Leduc. Leduc's Jewelry Store, family owned and operated for over 30 years.
Who should start? Who needs to hit the bench? Find out with Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
It's 11:25. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor, Halley, Brandon Douglas, and Josh Fenwick with you here from the Sports 1440 studios in West Edmonton Mall, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky online. WillHawkBeefJerky.com. Go pay him a visit, only in Leduc. I should have made a bet with Trent. Chargers, Cowboys. A beef jerky bet. If he wins, or the Cowboys win, he gets my spaghetti sauce made from his beef jerky, or his lean ground beef. If I win, and the Chargers win, what do you think, Duke? Beef jerky for life?
Yeah. I offer one jar of homemade spaghetti sauce in exchange for lifetime supply of beef jerky.
And not just beef jerky.
Alberta's best.
And all the other fine products there as well. And half the stake in the company. Those would not be fair odds. I'd have to give him like 10 points. The text line's 1-833-401-1440. Just quickly, Husk said, DCH, best game of the year for sure. I read that the Rams became the first team to lose after scoring a touchdown in overtime. Crazy game. Husks. Yeah. I mean, we saw that the Eagles and Chargers on Monday night 2 weeks ago, and they in overtime, the Eagles defer. They're like, you have the ball first. You get the strategy, right? You know exactly what you have to do when you get the ball back. And I'm sure Seattle said from the start, if we score, we're going for two. Have a good play drawn up. Couldn't have been as good as their earlier 2-point conversion. Duke, did you see that play? The 2-point conversion earlier on in the game? Duke's editing audio and can't hear me.
Sorry. And now this other headphone is just like crackling and making bad noises. So my sincerest apologies.
Technical difficulties. You saw the 2-point conversion earlier on in the game, right?
Yeah, actually, I'm glad you bring that up, because having not seen it live and watching the replay of it, I say like, okay, yeah, I guess I understand the ruling, but it wasn't ruled that in real time. So what were your initial thoughts on it? Impression being like, yeah, it is a clear and obvious recovery. There wasn't a whistle on the play, but it's a pretty weird, unique situation how that shook down.
Yeah, I think what really bailed them out was that the ball was picked up in the end zone, so there was no debating. Like, okay, that was technically behind the line, and it was picked up in the end zone. If that was picked up on the one, I'm sure they would have said, like, you can't advance the ball. And I also saw people saying, what a heads-up play by Charbonnet, where I think he's just being a good guy.
That was purely like, just pick up the ball, ready to hand it back to the referee.
Yeah, just being a good guy, and it paid off for the Seahawks in spades. So, yeah, that was crazy. That was a good play call. Didn't go that way in overtime, and they won the game, but it was fantastic. We did say, what is your favorite dinner? Well, any meal item you love on Christmas Day, text it into 1-833-401-1440. One of you will win a $50 gift card to first round. Slurpy Sean had said cookies. Tub Guy said, I like it all, but sweet potatoes are the best. Big Dooley had Schwartzy's, a potato dish. Beerman said stuffing. Jeff had Terry's chocolate orange and eggnog. Oh, I don't love the chocolate orange, but I'm an eggnog guy. I recently started putting it in my coffee. It's very good. Big John says, morning, boys. The most important food at Christmas has to be butter. Literally on everything. Cheers. Dean has ham. Kevlar says apple strudel. Apple crumble is definitely better than apple pie per cat dad. Kim says stuffing. King of Farnassi says I eat PBRs Christmas morning. Getting the day going strong. Stasha says whatever goodies we get in our gift baskets from contractors at my job, we always have cookies and chocolates well into the new year. Yeah, there's some perks of those types of jobs, hey? Mike says anything smothered in gravy. Rose goes turkey. Kenneth said, OT helped me hit a big winner last night. Well, good job. Shortbread cookies from Charmaine. He says, our family's traditional breakfast on Christmas days are 3 items handed down from generations. One is similar to Duke's with all the eggs, bacon, peppers, etc. in a big casserole called Christmas Wife Savor. The other one is like a bundt cake, cinnamon bun called monkey bread, and the third is blueberry type pie. Unreal, all 3 items. Oh, yeah. I am familiar with the monkey bread for sure. Very tasty. Glenn says, favorite Christmas dish is a Ukrainian one called kutya. I hope I didn't mess that up. It's like boiled wheat with honey and poppy seeds, only at Christmas. Merry Christmas to you all. Back at you, Glenn. Dale, the tattoo artist, says Hazeldean Bakery makes cinnamon bread. That's perfect for French toast. We have that with a special breakfast with whipped cream, warmed berries, butter, and of course, maple syrup and choke cherry syrup. What are choke cherry syrup?
You don't know choke cherry?
No.
I'm not sure if I've ever actually had it, but I think they're, as the name sort of implies, I think it's a little more bitter.
Okay.
But so it'd be like kind of similar to, I would think, to like how you can make syrup out of, raspberry syrup or blueberry syrup. It's just a different flavor.
I mean, I'm not
a fruit-based topping for your breakfast.
I'd give it a go. I love those breakfast places when they have like 7 different types of syrup.
Mm-hmm.
Just give them a go. Good news for Kennesaw State as they cut the lead.
They're on the board.
35. Western Michigan running away with this one. The Myrtle Beach Bowl, 41-6. Kennesaw State scores and then misses the extra point. Unfortunate for them. Braden says, would you guys look at Eriksson Ek this offseason out of Sweden? He's 14-0 with a 9.4 save percentage. Playing in Sweden? I'd definitely look. We had someone, I forget the name, was brought in from the KHL as well, who's having a good year, 25 years old, a little on the shorter side. But I'd look everywhere. I think that's kind of what like Stan Bowman did pretty well this past offseason was let's go look at Europe. How do we kind of stock the shelves in Bakersfield and get some prospects? Go check out Europe. So for sure. Hunter Williams had said Franklin or Mitchell from the New York Jets. So Troy Franklin or A.D. Mitchell. I think you got to go Franklin.
I'll take Troy Franklin.
Take Bo Nix
I mean, hey,
over.
no Garrett Wilson. So A.D. Mitchell, by process of nothing more than elimination, becomes WR1. But we kind of already discussed, like, I think I don't even know who the Jets are playing this week, but doesn't matter. They're terrible.
We talked about it already because it was a matchup.
Why am I not seeing? Oh, Jets are in New Orleans.
Oh, man. The Saints are going to win again.
I'll say this. The New Orleans defense, I think, in the past 5 weeks is actually among the league's best. So give him credit for that. But yeah, no, I'm out. Give me no Jets.
I might have to concede my bet to Josh and Donovan. I think this is another win for the Saints.
But maybe the Browns can beat Buffalo. They've already got some marquee wins on their schedule.
Oh, Flacco's gone. Flacco's done. It's
That's
over.
True. It was all Flacco.
Hammer says MTR must be in a 4-team league. Yeah. Well, his running back depth is phenomenal, but all rookies. So maybe just great movement there. Camrose Chris says bacon everything. Bobby says we started our shrimp tower tradition every year on Christmas Day, which we eat with a whole bunch of snacks, but the shrimp tower is the king of the show before we have turkey dinner. Bob the Builder. I'll send a picture. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shrimp rings stacked. That's a lot of shrimp. And then you dip it in the sauce, I would imagine. JR and Red Deer says chicken wings on Christmas Eve. We make lots of flavors. Oh, I like that idea. Cody says my grandma always brings out the Saskatoon pie for Christmas dessert. Always my favorite. Pierogies and Wife Saver.
There's been a couple
Triple
people
C.
say this Wife Saver. Am I totally ignorant on what is this? Like I've never heard this before.
I think you were editing audio, but I was kind of I kind of got a little insight on that one.
Oh, okay.
It was similar to like what you guys have, but I think it's in a casserole is what they told me.
Yeah, okay. Just a different name.
Yeah.
Name for it. I got you.
Imitation Tom said, I asked earlier in the week, but I got biased Declan. Traded Jari and Nylander for Cutter, Gauthier, and Lacombe over the weekend. Point system is 5 for goals, 3 for assists, 1 power play, blah, 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 blah. Currently in the league, Cutter is the highest points.
I don't think you got biased Declan. I think you got biased me. When I was talking about how I like the trade because of getting Cutter, Gauthier, and Jackson Lacombe, 2 players. I mean, I'm a Ducks guy, very high on those players. So unfortunately, you're getting my same opinion again, where I think, I absolutely think you came out on top here, and it just looks a little smarter now with Tristan Jarry potentially going to miss some time with injury, right? Which I believe was something I had included in my message.
Yeah. Greater Man Jay, I think he had a few things here. His sister's spinach dip and then his Christmas homebrew. It's an Oktoberfest that's hopped up. You can throw drinks in there. We don't mind. Ricky Cheese had eggnog. So did Kaylee D. So, hey, man, I'm going to go with it. So many options, but I'll go with shrimp cocktail because we only rolled that out at Christmas from Dean. Brad says Nanaimo bar. Bonnecourt Greg says I'm Norwegian. And Ludofisk is our Christmas dinner. Christmas Wife Saver in the morning. So yeah, Wife Saver, you're right. It's in there. Trevor says, guys, I screwed up and played Parkinson over Bowers because of the Vegas offense.
Whoops.
Got let down bad. Do I bench Hall and flex Bowers? I don't think so. It's Kenny Pickett, right? Leading the way here.
Is it? I thought Kevin said he thought Gino was starting.
Is Gino back in? Wasn't it Pickett last week?
It was Kenny Pickett last week. But didn't they get shut out?
They did, yeah. Against Philly, right? 31-0, I believe.
Yeah.
I kind of want to stick with, yeah. Is it PPR? If it's PPR, I'd go Bowers. Just hope for the best.
Same.
Hunter just checking back in sweet and sour meatballs. Hot spinach dip from Husks. Shrimp is wonderful. We're getting tartar.
Tartar sauce?
It's TATAR. Tartar?
Yeah. You don't know tartar sauce?
I do, but I thought it was spelled differently.
I don't think so. Tatar. Thomas Tatar.
That's what all I can think of is Tatar.
Oh, yeah. No, he's missing an R in there. that I'm looking at it like that is Thomas Tatar. It's Tartar.
Yeah.
And the fact that has a capital T on it tells me that this text message auto-corrected to Tatar as in Thomas Tatar.
And that's right where my mind went. I'm like, and I know the word, but I couldn't say it. Tatar sauce. We have to Google Wife Saver. Apparently it's insane. Triple C in a truck says. Jesse texting in 1-833-441-1440, a football question. Hey guys, I'm in the semifinals PPR league. Who do I start my flex spot? Troy Franklin, Chuba Hubbard, Parker Washington, or do I pick up Audric Estime?
Estime.
Who's
the
Estime.
Where even is he these days? He's still in Detroit, Denver.
Where was he before?
Well, I didn't know if he'd left Denver. Let's just see.
Yeah, he's with New Orleans.
New Orleans. Yes, New Orleans. I think the other running back they've had, Devin Neal. Is that who's been taking reps? Number 1 reps in Kamara's absence. I think he's ruled out this week too. So it's an interesting choice. It makes it an option. What was that? Sorry, Connor. I was only. I've already forgotten.
Devin Neal's on IR. They have Evan Hull listed as their backup.
Who
with
texted
Kamara
this
questionable. That came in from Jesse. Yes. So Troy Franklin, Chuba Hubbard, Parker Washington, or Audric.
I think Troy Franklin.
Yeah, if it's PPR, I like that. Big dude too. Like throw the ball up, let him go get it. Chuba would be my next pick, but yeah, I think I go Troy Franklin. Trevor follows up just saying it was PPR. So, yeah, I think, I don't know. I guess I'd go Bowers. Imitation Tom says, you always at work or what? You do every show now? Connor, give the man a break.
I'm in here from 7 to noon.
Well,
I don't know if Imitation Tom is just confused. Like the last time he texted in was at about 9:30 in the morning with this question, this trade, where Declan has never been in this building at that time.
No. Unless he has to do some shopping beforehand.
Maybe.
Anywho, Duke does 2 shows. He doesn't work too much, but he doesn't need to work anymore either.
I would say I'm utilized the proper amount. Maybe a little bit too much. And not like from my perspective, I mean for the sake of the listeners.
Oh, Walter says, cocktail sauce. I should stop the day drinking. Well, like, we knew what you meant, but my brain wasn't braining. It just wasn't coming out right there. But I like flashbacks to Thomas Tatar, guy we used to talk about quite a bit. We'll take a break here. Any more texts with fantasy football or your favorite Christmas food items? Let us know, 1-833-401-1440. We'll give one of you guys a $50 gift card to First Round. When we come back, more of your texts. We'll also let you know what's coming up on the Lowdown with Lowtide and the Jason Greger Show. It's Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and Twitch, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
At GS Construction, we focus on building a culture of collaboration, innovation, and respect. Our teams work together, supporting one another and striving towards shared goals. We're committed to creating a work environment that empowers individuals, values teamwork, and ensures everyone feels respected and safe. With decades of experience in the field, GS Construction prioritizes our people, our culture, and safety. This is what makes us unique. To find out more, go to gsconstruction.ca.
At Papa John's, our butter chicken pizza is a Canadian favorite, and we think we know why. We start with a velvety, tangy, and subtly sweet sauce. Then it's our better ingredients: fresh, never frozen original dough, juicy grilled chicken, and crunchy green peppers and onions. Sounds delicious, right? Well, wait till you try it. It's butter chicken made better. Order your large butter chicken pizza today for only $19.99. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Proudly locally owned and operated.
Bringing every project to life requires the right team. By joining the Japa Machinery Group service or sales teams, you can be part of setting a new industry standard. Celebrating a legacy of excellence with Japa. Learn more at japamachinery.com.
Cheer on the teams. Help a good cause. The Benz Cup is coming to the Ardrossan Recreation Center, December 26th to 30th. 100% of the proceeds help the Ben Stelter Foundation bring proton beam therapy to Edmonton. Learn more at benscup.com. Proudly supported by Sports 1440.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. December is here. Christmas shopping, Christmas wrapping, Christmas baking, grocery shopping. What about our vehicle? Does it need tires? It's not running? No problem. We got you covered. At Northgate GM, we have a tremendous selection of newer used vehicles, winter tires at cost, and of course, service with a smile. Come in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
Across the province, Albertans are taking their shot on Play Alberta. With casino winners every hour, jackpots worth millions, and revenue that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up. Right now, our listeners can score a $50 free bet when they make a minimum $50 deposit with code Gregor50. That's code Gregor50 for a $50 free bet. Start playing with your game sense today to find out if you're Alberta's next winner.
Looking for the perfect gift? Give the gift of great taste with a Loca Quality Market gift card. Redeemable at any Loca Quality Market or Loca operated restaurant. It's a treat for food lovers. Ready anytime. Grab yours today at loca.ca.
Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas. Favorite us right now. Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
Get the inside scoop for your team on Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
Hot sauce? Did you say hot sauce? 11:44. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick. Brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Coming up today, you got the Lowdown with Low Tide from noon to 2. That's what it is. Of course, Declan Kruger will be by. They'll talk some Oilers. They'll look around the NFL as well. Big weekend coming up. And then also be joined by Big Mouth Sports' Steve Lansky. Then on the Jason Greger Show from 2 to 6, we got Lorianne Munzer, Wanye Gretz from Oilers Nation. Also, Tyler Yaremchuk, Cam Tate's 2-minute warning, Craig Button, Mark Spector, and Low Tide joining us on the show. We'll also we'll head out to Minnesota or Vegas as the Oilers, of course, playing 2 games, 2 nights this weekend in Minnesota, and then back to Edmonton to host Vegas, who plays Calgary the night before. And then we also have the month of giving rolling on here. And today it's going to be another pyramid of money as we raise money for Adopt a Teen. That goes through the Christmas Bureau, and very simple. If 15 people can donate 100, 10 people donate 200, 4 people donate 500, and 2 people donate 1,000, we'll raise 7,500 and really help out some teens and give them the opportunity to go buy some gifts either for themselves or for someone in their family. And we can go higher. I mean, we don't have to stop there. We can go above and beyond with this one. It's a really good charity, and that's what's going to happen from 2 until 6 on the Jason Greger Show. That'll continue next week. We got some great packages up for grabs. You can go to jasongreger.com and take a look at those. This segment for elksnation.ca, 2 weekly podcast with Eddie Steele and Declan Kruger, breaking down the green and gold, the most in-depth Double E football coverage you'll find anywhere, not just on the web. elksnation.ca, podcasts, articles, and more. We did look up the Wife Saver breakfast. It looks very good. Ham and cheese in the middle there. It looks like cornflakes on top, Duke. I think we confirmed that. I'm just like it. I would think I would like it with a sauce of some sort, but I don't think there's a sauce that's suitable for all those things. The ham and cheese, like if it was a breakfast sandwich, I'd go egg or ketchup, but I don't think I do it with the frosted flakes on top. So I guess you just go into it, eh? I assume that's what you guys do at Douglas Farm.
Go crazy with it. Do whatever you want. Put whatever you want on it. There's no definitive way.
Yeah.
I'd actually don't like to use ketchup overly. Like I'd enjoy it with grilled cheese sandwich if I don't have a bowl of tomato soup to dunk in. Love it with my French fries. Love it on burgers and such. But I don't go crazy on it on like I think ketchup on scrambled eggs is crazy.
Crazy good.
I don't know. I like it with hash browns.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's kind of where it would fit into this Wife Saver casserole type fixture, I think. But and it's Ope's breakfast sausage. Gotta have ketchup with your breakfast sausage.
Oh yeah. Or a little syrup in there.
That's always the best little spillover from the pancakes or waffles.
Yeah. Neil says no sauce needed. Well, there you go. Lawrence in a Plumbing Down says that song was in NHL in the 90s or 2000s. Great song. Yeah, I believe NHL 2003. Sweetness. Tinker says you can put hollandaise sauce on it.
Oh, Lord help me.
No?
That sounds
Not
unreal.
Oh, okay.
I could drink hollandaise sauce by the cupful. I love it.
It sounds like a challenge. A lot of people, like Walter says, yeah, it's a great breakfast casserole. Prep can take place the night before. And let it sit. Quick question from Garth Vader. Strange or Goddard? Feels like Strange is due to go off and Goddard a regression, but hard to ignore the past couple of weeks for both. Yeah, I mean...
I think Dallas Goddard against the Commanders is absolutely the play.
I would agree. It just seems like he's always making plays.
They always like him on the fake tush-push little pitch play things at goal line.
Against Strange's
touchdown machine.
Strange is against the Broncos, so...
Yeah, it's like for how electric the Jags offense has been, it's just like it's tough to justify playing any of them, really. Like, I don't hate playing Trevor Lawrence, but if you had a better option, like the text we got in earlier, like, say, Caleb Williams, I'm kind of leaning that way. And same goes for his receivers, whether it be Jacoby Myers, BTJ, who's come on a little bit more in the past few weeks. He had a really slow start to the year. And I guess you could put Brenton Strange in the same category.
Yeah. I mean, hey, with the elevated performance by Trevor Lawrence, it's it's going to bring everyone else up around him as well. So if you have to, I don't think you go away from the Jags players. Like, I don't know. I'm not at that point where I start Trevor Lawrence no matter what. Broncos defense worries me a little bit. So, yeah, I'd go with Dallas Goedert in that one. I do want to tell you guys, Sports 1440, proud to sponsor the 2025 Ben's Cup, which is going to run December 26th to the 30th at the Drawson Recreation Complex. A bunch of teams out there raising money. You did have to raise money to get into the tournament, and all funds going to the Ben Stelter Foundation to bring in advanced cancer treatment, proton beam therapy to Canada for the first time through the Ben Stelter Center for Proton Therapy and Neuroscience. Check it out, sports1440.ca. You can get all the information. Buy a raffle ticket. They're just $5 each. We've got a wicked holiday package up for grabs. Permanent LED lighting. Value, $7,000. Also, a suite for 12 at the January 10th Oilers game when they take on the Kings. That's worth, well, more than $7,000. So head over to sports1440.ca. You'll find the link for Ben's Cup and go check it out because that Stelter family doing amazing things for our community. Text line is 1-833-401-1440. Northside Lou says favorite is simple. Turkey on a fresh dinner roll smothered in yellow mustard. Sorry, Low Tide, no pepper. You a big leftovers guy, Duke?
Like the holiday meal leftovers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually think I prefer them more than the actual meal.
Turn it into soup or sandwiches, whatever it might be.
Yeah, that's all. Like the turkey buns, ham buns. I'll live off them for a week following the holidays. I also really enjoy if you're going like a full sandwich and you got a big bun, perhaps getting more than just the turkey or ham in there. Maybe a little smear of mashed potatoes. Get some cranberries in there too. Gravy on top just to top it all off, and that's a tasty sandwich.
You ever thrown any ham on a croissant?
Have I?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I have. I don't eat croissants particularly regularly.
How do you say croissant?
Croissant.
Croissant?
I'm not fancy. To me, it's just a croissant.
Throw it on a croissant with a little
Croissant.
mustard, and trust me, you'll love it.
Thank me later.
All right. So Deanocracy said, I just Googled wife saver. Turns out it's what my mom has been making for me for years. Never knew that's what it was called. There you go. It looks good. I don't think I've ever had it, but I'm willing to give it a go one day. Matt, the promo guy, says, hot take. Turkey is gross.
I don't think it's gross, but it is a main course that I think is pretty easy to mess up.
To me,
like it can get it gets dried out so quick.
It's perfect for what it is. 2 to 3 times a year.
Couple times a year.
That's it. Other than that, you're good. For me personally. Nothing better than leftover turkey bun with stuffing on it from retired bowler Ryan.
Yeah, stuffing's not for me.
Me neither.
I don't really get the appeal of it. Doesn't really taste like anything. Just mush. Consistency rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah.
I can do without.
I usually pass on that one. Also, one day we got to ask people how they give us their handles. Ryan, why did you retire from bowling? What got you out of the game? Injuries? Carpal tunnel? Did I tell you I once bowled 6 straight strikes?
The double turkey.
Yeah, they gave me a pin.
Wow.
I went with my in-laws and I lost the pin so fast. I actually was so mad. She's like, how did you lose it so quickly? I don't know. I got a picture holding it though.
You lost it at the bowling alley?
I don't know. Between the bowling alley and going home. I didn't really care. Like, whatever. But you know when athletes talk about being locked in?
Mm-hmm.
I felt that. After you hit 3 in a row, I was locked in. And then doubt crept into my mind when I was going for the 7th. So understand when
you lost focus.
When you see someone really locked in, I get it. I've been there. Bowling. Trevor says lobster rolls every Christmas Eve on a hot dog bun. East Coast tradition. That makes sense. Ryan follows up. Shoulder injury. Sorry to hear that. The handle's back from the 1260 days. Oh, thanks for sticking with us. Leftover turkey with mashed potatoes, stuffing, and gravy as a shepherd's pie is amazing. Bondicord Greg. Oh, that's a good idea. Throw it in a little pie, heat it up. I like that. Juice says that's what they call it, the flow state. Is that when you're in the zone? I don't know. Dude, you ever been in the zone?
By the sounds of it, I don't think so.
And
I'm trying to think of like I've ever been rolling at anything that compares with bowling 6 consecutive strikes. If that's the zone, I don't think I've been in it.
I imagine like when I was sitting waiting to go, I was just locked in, like Steph Curry on the bench with a towel over his head. That was probably what I looked like.
Maybe mine wouldn't be athletics, but maybe at the farm, like I'm out building fence.
Yeah.
And I'm just absolutely rolling like perfect. It's like looks like synchronized swimming almost. The way I'm like pulling a barbed wire into the right spot, like maybe 2 strokes with a hammer, getting the staple in, next wire perfectly gapped, do it over and just on and on, one post to the next. Maybe that's the closest I've been.
Someone's like, let's get him for lunch. And they're like, no, don't
interrupt him. He's rolling.
He's in the zone right now.
Yeah. And that's maybe only ever happened once because usually I'll immediately then, slightly miss the staple. It'll go shooting out backwards, nearly gouge myself in the face with it.
Josh, quickly, you ever been in the zone?
Plenty of times.
Oh.
Bartending, sometimes you're moving really fast. Everything else seems slow. So that's cool. And then also going into the summer, trying to impress a girl. We're playing golf. Rattled off 5 straight pars. So I was feeling pretty good. And we only played 9. So I looked amazing.
Beautiful. Well, that's going to do it for us. Good luck in your fantasy semifinals or quarterfinals or whatever your league does. Best of luck. Hope everyone does okay. We'll talk about it on Monday when we return. Our winner is going to be B with his family's traditional, the wife saver and the bunt cake called monkey bread. B, if you're listening, text me your email so we can get you that prize. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back to do it again on Monday. Low Tide coming up next. Let's get to a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Only available in Leduc. Go pay him a visit and have a great weekend.